Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you are having a blessed and safe day. And I just want to come on here and speak about not partaking in other men's sins. Being holy, for Christ is holy. And I've talked about this in my other videos, in my other video a while back, but I'm going to talk about it again. So I'm going to be reading in 1 Timothy 5:22 first. And then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to be reading one book at a time. Timothy, Romans, Peter, John, and 1 Corinthians. And I'll be doing one book at a time, and I'll be explaining it, or I'll be talking about it. Excuse me. So 1 Timothy 5:22. Lay hands suddenly on no man, neither be partaker of other men's sins. Keep thyself pure. So born again believers should not be partakers in anyone's sins. We should not do the things that are in the world now. We should keep ourselves holy, and to keep ourselves holy is by walking in the Spirit, by renewing our minds in His Word, by renewing our minds, the knowledge of Him. And so now I'm going to be reading 1 Peter 1:15 and 16. But as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, Be ye holy, for I am holy. So, be holy, for I am holy. Again, we renew our mind. To be holy is by renewing our minds in His Word. We don't be holy to confess our sins or try to do anything like that. We be holy by renewing our minds. We are holy because Christ is holy. We are a new creature. We are no longer that old man because Christ has crucified the old man on that cross. And so now, when I was talking about not keeping company with born-again believers or unbelievers, I'm going to rephrase this. So I was talking about separating ourselves from born-again believers and unbelievers if they want to do those things that are of the world. Because like what I read to you in 1 Timothy 5:22, to not partake in anyone's sins. So now I'm going to read in 1 Corinthians 5:9 through 13. I wrote unto you in an epistle not to keep company with fornicators, yet not altogether with the fornicators of this world, or with the covetous, or extortioners, or with idolaters, for then must ye needs go out of the world. But now I have written unto you not to keep company, if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator, or covetous, or an idolater, or a railer, or a drunkard, or an extortioner, with such an one No, not to eat. For what have I to do to judge them also that are without? Do not ye judge them that are within? But them that are without God judges. Therefore put away from among yourselves that wicked person. So it shows, I believe it's talking about born again, a born again believer, a Christian who does those things that are of the world. We should not keep company with them because, again, we should not be partaker of anyone's sins like that. A Christian should not do those things that are of the world. They are no longer of this world because they are a new creature. And even for unbelievers, those who preach a false gospel, same thing. Those who have not put their full trust on Christ and who have put their full trust on Christ, whether a born-again believer or an unbeliever preaches a false gospel, we should mark and avoid them, not have fellowship with them. Because now, if a Christian does do those things that are of this world, and another brother or sister keeps company with that Christian, then we would be agreeing with what they are doing. We would be agreeing with what they are doing if we keep company with them. And that keeping company, or excuse me, that talks about that in 2 John about bidding that person Godspeed. So 2 John 1:10-11. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. So, keeping company with a brother or sister who does those things, we are not only partaking in that, but we are agreeing with it if we are not separating ourselves from them. And even preaching a false gospel, having fellowship with those who preach a false gospel, that would be agreeing with them. Now, 2 John talks about false gospels, but I believe that could be dealing with those who are of this world, who do other things that are of this world, and Christians keep company with them. I believe that's what that could be implying too, but 2 John is implying false gospels like that. But again, I believe that it could be implied to other things than only false gospels like that. And so now Romans 14:23 now. And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. So whatever is not of faith is sin. So if we do those things that are of this world, then it is sin because it is not walking by faith. It is not walking in the Spirit. even having fellowship with those who preach a false gospel. That is not walking by faith. If someone is agreeing with what they are saying, who preach a false gospel, or who keep company with those who do those things that are of this world. Now, I'm not saying that we should mark and avoid them. Well, not mark and avoid them, or I'm not saying that we should not even be near them at all. But what I'm saying is, if someone is doing something that is of this world, we should separate ourselves from them. That's what I'm saying. But it's okay to talk to them and just talk to them, but to separate ourselves from those who do those things that are of this world. Because, again, I'm going to say again, be holy, for I am holy. Meaning, what he is implying is to walk in the Spirit, to be holy, to walk in that sanctification, to walk in that justification, to walk in our redemption and purification is by renewing our minds. We don't need to do anything to make ourselves holy. To make ourselves holy is to renew our minds, to walk in the Spirit. And so, and to be saved is by believing that Christ died for our sins, according to the scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day, according to the scriptures. That is how one is saved, is by believing the death, burial, and resurrection. And so, I hope you all have a blessed and safe day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.